of time. Next week maximum. 10 to 11:30 also I will continue. Understand what I'm telling to you? 8:30 to 10 o'clock, I will start a new topic. 10 to 11:30, our continuation is going on. Maybe Monday at 10 to 11:30 also, I will start a new topic. At 8:30 to 10 o'clock also, I will start a new topic. No confusion, clear-cut information. Two separate topics, if I talk now, easily we can understand. Everything is in very clear understanding. Don't worry for that. That option, just leave that to me. I will manage how to inject more content to you. Okay, all of you are getting it clearly? Right, sir. So, final conclusion is what? Monday onwards, everybody has to attend at 8:30 to 10, as well as what? 10 to 11:30. Between these two slots, 10 minutes of break I will give. Continuously 3 hours you are unable to understand. Observe carefully. Monday onwards, 8:30 to 10 o'clock, it's a forever batch. Up to the end of the core Java, I will take it. 10 to 11:30 classes are going on up to next week also. Up to the end of next week. Once the next week end is completed, I'll stop the classes at 10 to 11:30. I'll manage the classes at what time there? 8:30 to 10 only, up to the end of your course. Yes, sir. Got it now? After 40 days of time, I will start. After 40 days of time, I will start advanced Java at 7 to 8:30. Next month, 17th, 16 or 17th, next month 16 or 17th, 10 to 11 or 10 to 11:30, Oracle class is going on for the package people. Basic package students, complete Java package students, and full stack Java. For offline, 10 to 11:30, Oracle class is going to be start next month 17th. Observe carefully. So I need to make available that slot for Oracle class. That's one scenario. After 1 week, after 17th, after 1 week, UI class will start at 11:30 to 1 o'clock. UI technologies class will start, HTML, CSS and all. This is a schedule which was fixed for the package students in offline. For online also, my 8:30 to 10 o'clock class and 7 to 8:30, these two slots are for Java forever. Oracle class and UI technologies class for online students, that will be announced separately for online students. For offline students, this Oracle class and UI technologies classes are fixed. These two timings and in these two batches we are going to conduct. Okay, we have to follow that schedule. For online students, Oracle class and UI technologies class will be announced very soon. I'll give that schedule for online students. For offline students only, the schedule I have given. For offline and online, both the students, Monday onwards, you have to come at 8:30 to 10 o'clock and 10 to 11:30. Up to 1 week of time, 10 to 11:30 classes are going to be continued. After that, 10 to 11:30, core Java classes will be stopped. Only you have to attend 8:30 to 10 o'clock up to the completion of the course. Any doubts on the schedule? Right, sir. Clear to all of you? Right, sir. Right from first day onwards, I'm giving the same kind of information. Then try to follow the schedule. So once that 8:30 to 10 o'clock class are fixed, we will understand the content forever. Easily we are able to understand each and every content. That I will take responsibility. Don't worry for that. Leave this content here. Now let's move on to the content now. What we discussed there, what we completed in the last session, what we completed there. Now we are discussing about the differences between Java and others. Differences between Java and others. In the differences between Java and others, what topics we discussed there? Now tell me how many differences we completed so far? How many differences we completed? 4 differences, 4 or 5? 5 differences we completed. 5 started now. Okay, let us start. What is the first difference we completed? C and C++ are static programming languages. Java is what? Dynamic programming language. Next one. Right, the preprocessor is required in C and C++, but preprocessor is not required in Java. Then what's the third one? C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages, but Java is what? Platform independent programming language. Next one is what? Pointers are existed in C and C++, but pointers are not existed in Java. What is the next one? Multiple inheritance is not existed in Java, but multiple inheritance is existed in C++ or in Python. Right, sir. Sixth one I started. What is it? What I started there? No. Right, sir. Operator overloading is not possible in Java. Operator overloading is not possible in Java. That's it. So these are the concepts. Here we understood clearly. Okay, fine. Right, sir. If we observe the yesterday's topic now, what I completed in the last class, multiple inheritance is not existed in Java. If you understand the point now, when a programming language is an object-oriented programming language, if any programming language is representing data in the form of objects by following object-oriented principles, then that programming language is called as what? Object-oriented programming language. What are the various object-oriented features? 7 number of object-oriented features are available. What are the 7 number of object-oriented features now? Class, object, encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, message passing. Out of the 7 number of object-oriented features, 4 features are the most powerful object-oriented features. What are these 4 powerful object-oriented features? Encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism. Out of these things are defined inheritance. What is this inheritance actually? It's a relation between classes. It will bring variables and methods from one class to another class in order to improve reusability. Here one class is what? Superclass. Another class is what? Subclass. Good. Superclass is providing variables and methods to subclass. Subclass is taking variables and methods from superclass. Now here, between superclass and subclass, who is declaring the members and who is reusing the members? Superclass is declaring the members, subclass is reusing the members. How many types of inheritances are available? Actually, 5 types are available, but initially 2 types of inheritances are existed. What are the 2 types now? Single inheritance and multiple inheritance. By using these single and multiple inheritances, 3 more inheritances are defined. 3 more inheritances are defined. I have not explained them intentionally. Why? Because they are not required at present for us. In the future, we require them. Understand my point here? What are the 3 more remaining inheritances there now? Multi-level, hierarchical, and hybrid inheritance. What is a single inheritance? It is a relation between classes. It will bring variables and methods from only one super class to one or more number of subclasses. Possible or not possible in Java? Yes, possible. Then what is multiple inheritance? It is a relation between classes. It will bring variables and methods from more than one superclass to one or more number of subclasses. Right, sir. Now, why multiple inheritance is not possible in Java? I given one situation. If I declare same variable and same method with different values and different implementations in 2 superclasses, if we access that same variable in the respective subclass, then compile and JVM will get a confusion from which superclass that variable and that method is coming to the subclass. We cannot decide from which superclass that variable value, that method implementation is executed. Their confusion will be raised. Java is a simple programming language. So Java does not allow multiple inheritance like a confusion-oriented feature. Because of this reason, the total multiple inheritance was removed from Java programming language. How Sun Microsystem has implemented removing, not allowing multiple inheritance inside the Java, how Sun Microsystem has implemented that? Java has implemented not allowing multiple inheritance feature inside the Java by defining extends keyword in such a way to allow only one superclass name, not to allow 2 superclass names. Extends keyword was defined in such a way to allow only one superclass name, not allowing more than one superclass name. The total removing multiple inheritance, not to allow multiple inheritance is implemented inside the extends keyword. How it was implemented? Just extends keyword is allowing only one superclass name, not allowing multiple superclass names. By this we can understand Java does not allow multiple inheritance. Multi-level inheritance is allowed. Hierarchical inheritance is also be allowed. There no confusion. But again, hybrid inheritance is not allowed. Why hybrid inheritance is not allowed? There multiple inheritance is included. There multiple inheritance is included. What is this multiple inheritance inside this hybrid inheritance? No, I'll give some reasons, sir. Anyway, it's not required, but yesterday some of you asked this question to me. That's why I want to give this point here. Try to observe carefully. Now this is one superclass, this is one subclass, and this is next subclass. So here that relationship is like what? No, here like this. So this is superclass, this is the next subclass, this is next subclass. This is multi-level inheritance. This is which inheritance? No, multi-level inheritance. Just understand it. This is possible. No superclass are, that means no more than one superclass is existed for any subclass directly. So no confusion here. That's okay. Hierarchical inheritance is what actually? This is one superclass. Here one subclass is available. Here another subclass is available. Here we have one subclass, and here another subclass, and here we have one subclass, and here we are having another subclass. Then it seems like in hierarchy or not? It's a particular architecture or not? It's available in a particular hierarchy or not? Observe carefully. All right, sir. Now this is exactly like what? No, hierarchical inheritance. It's available in a particular hierarchy. It's existed in a particular hierarchy. So that's why this inheritance is what? Now hierarchical inheritance. Here also we can check at any subclass, no more than one superclass is existed. At any subclass we can check no more than one superclass. Maximum every class is having exactly one superclass only. We can check it. So this is also be possible in the case of Java. But what is not possible in the case of Java? I'll give some reason to you. Now try to observe carefully. What is not possible? Hybrid inheritance is not possible. But what is this hybrid inheritance actually? This is one superclass, this is a child class, and this is a child class, and this is another child class. Right, sir. Observe carefully. The arrow, like this also here, we can prepare arrow. Now tell me here, I'm telling to you, I want to give some names also. This is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Now this is not possible in Java. This is possible in Java. This is also be possible in Java, but this is not possible in Java. Why it is not possible in Java? Just observe this part here. If we consider classes A, B, C, if we consider classes A, B, C, single inheritance or not? Only one superclass, two child classes, single inheritance. But if we consider classes B, C, D, which inheritance it is? No, multiple inheritance. Two superclasses, one child class, directly we are getting it or not? This is multiple inheritance or not? Now tell me, hybrid inheritance contains multiple inheritance internally or not? Hybrid inheritance contains multiple inheritance internally or not? So because of that reason, hybrid inheritance is also be not supported, not possible in Java, not supported by Java. So overall, multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance, these two are not supported in Java, not possible in Java. All the remaining inheritances are possible inside the Java. Got it or not? Okay, leave this one. This is the content here. In the case of object orientation, we will discuss with the practical proofs. We will discuss with the program there. But in the differences between Java and others' point of view, I given some small information to you clearly. Right, so now leave this particular part here. Then after that, what I'm telling there, next topic is like what I'm telling now. Operator overloading is not possible in Java. I'm asking one question to all of you guys. Now tell me, all of you respond for me clearly. When a programming language is an object-oriented programming language, when a programming language is an object-oriented programming language, tell me, when we are able to say one programming language is an object-oriented programming language, when that programming language is representing data in the form of objects by following object-oriented features. How many number of object-oriented features are existed? 7 number of object-oriented features are existed. Clear or not? Can you tell me what are the 7 number of object-oriented features? No? Class. Next one is what? No? Object. Next one is what? Encapsulation. Next one is what? Abstraction. Next one is what? Inheritance. Then what next one? Polymorphism. Then what next one? Message passing. These are overall 7 number of object-oriented features are existed. Clear or not? Okay, sir. Right now. Then after that, out of the 7 number of object-oriented features, 4 features are the most powerful object-oriented features. 4 of them are what? Most powerful object-oriented features. Am I right or not? Okay, sir. Good. Nice. Then after that, out of these features, now I have to talk about polymorphism. I have to talk about what? Polymorphism. Previously, as per the multiple inheritance concept relation, inheritance topic we discussed there. Now, operator overloading is an example for polymorphism. Is an example for polymorphism. So, I have to introduce polymorphism now. Of course, again, this polymorphism I will discuss clearly in object orientation. But to complete the difference between Java and others, to complete this operator overloading topic now, I have to talk something about like what now? Polymorphism. What exactly the polymorphism? What is the meaning of polymorphism? Right, sir? Understand this all of you guys? Polymorphism. What is this polymorphism actually? Very simple definition. Observe carefully. If one thing is existed in more than one form, if one thing is existed in more than one form, then it is called as polymorphism. Yes, all of you are getting clarity on my point. No, what I said to you clearly. What is polymorphism? Can you tell me? If one thing is existed in more than one form, if one thing is existed in more than one form, then it is called as what? Polymorphism. Yes, sir. Okay or not? Best example I'm telling there. Best example. Try to understand this example. I think all of you might be seen one movie named as Dashavatar. Who's the hero? Kamal Hassan, right? Kamal Hassan. Kamal Hassan, right? Okay, fine. How many characters he played in that movie? 10 characters. Observe carefully. Person is a single. That actor is single actor. But how many characters he played there in that movie? 10 characters nearly. Yes, sir. Got my point on that? Okay, fine. Not even Kamal Hassan, sir. Leave it. You are the best example. No need to search for any other example. You are the perfect example for polymorphism. How it is, no? Think, everybody, think yourself. Everybody is thinking yourself. You are a child to your parent. You are a brother to your sibling. Of course, you are a husband to your wife. Am I right? Done? Then what next? You are an employee in a company. I understood your expectations, I know. But this is Java class. Remember this. No politics inside this class. No pollution inside this class. Clearly, I'm telling to you. Clear. Then what next one there? What next one there? You are a father to your child. Some of you are giving this statement also. That's why I included. Am I right or not? But you are the person is single, right? You are the person is single, right? But how many shades are available for you? How many I'm not saying shades actually. I'm not blaming you. How many responsibilities you are having? At one side, you are a father to your child. At other side, you are a child to your father. At other side, you are a husband to your wife. And at the same time, you are an employee in a company. Of course, you are a student to me. Am I right or not? Okay, definitely. How many shades are available? One person is played so many roles or not? Even when compared with you, Kamal Hassan is nothing. In the movie only, he played the characters, but in your real life, you are playing the characters. Yourself is a polymorphism or not? You're having polymorphic nature or not? Observe carefully. So everybody is having polymorphic nature. This is the best example. Now I'm asking one question. Now tell me, having this polymorphic nature is an advantage or disadvantage for you? If you think disadvantage, what you are expecting that alternative, you should be static. You should be static in the sense, for example, you are a child to your parent in the sense, forever you should be act as a child to your father. No student, no employee, no husband, no marriage, nothing, no Java, everything is nothing. Is it possible? Not at all possible. So polymorphism is an advantage to us or not? Definitely it is an advantage, no. But what I am telling there, instead of saying it is an advantage, no, I am telling it is a flexibility for you to survive yourself in outside market. Am I right or not? It is a flexibility for you. Am I right or not? You are having a number of responsibilities if you are polymorphic. So it is very much a flexibility. For example, you are an employee in a company, is a flexibility or not? For surviving your life, some money is required or not? You are getting that money from the respective company or not? That is flexibility for you or not? That shade is advantage to you or not? So this is an example for like what now? Polymorphism. Similarly in Java also, one thing may be exist in multiple forms. One thing is existed in multiple forms, then that thing is called as what now? Polymorphic, and the total process is called as what now? Polymorphism. That nature is what? Polymorphism. Right, sir. I'm asking one question to you now. Try to understand this. No. The main advantage of a polymorphism is, what is this advantage? No. Flexibility to develop the application. See, understand it now. If one thing is exists in multiple form, in the sense, developer can use either of these forms or not. If one thing is available in only one form, no, developer is getting some kind of restriction to use that thing only. If one thing is available in multiple forms, developer can use either of these forms as per his requirement or not. So it's a flexibility for the developer or not. So that's why main advantage of polymorphism is what? Flexibility. Leave it. Two types of polymorphisms are existed. In Java or in any outside also, two types of polymorphisms. What are the two types of polymorphisms? No, one is static polymorphism and second one is dynamic polymorphism. One is what? Static polymorphism, and second one is dynamic polymorphism. Immediately we have to get some information. Whenever I'm talking about static and dynamic, immediate at compilation time and at runtime, we have to think in our mind or not? As per the previous discussion, we have to get in our mind what? Static in the sense compilation time, dynamic in the sense what now? Runtime here now. Right, sir. Then what is the static polymorphism actually? What is the meaning of the static polymorphism here? Observe carefully. If the polymorphism is existed, at compilation time, then that polymorphism is called as what? Static polymorphism. If the polymorphism is existed or exhibited at a compilation time, then that polymorphism is called as static polymorphism. Static polymorphism. Right, sir. Now, similarly, what is this dynamic polymorphism? Now, tell me the similar content. What is this dynamic polymorphism? Now, tell me if the polymorphism is existed at what time? At what time? At the runtime. If the polymorphism is existed at runtime, then that polymorphism is called as what now? Dynamic polymorphism. If the polymorphism is existed at runtime, then that polymorphism is called as what? Dynamic polymorphism. All right, sir. Good. Any example for static polymorphism? Any example for static polymorphism? Overloading is an example for static polymorphism. Overloading. But any example for dynamic polymorphism? Yes, sir. Overriding is an example for dynamic polymorphism. Overriding in the sense, just it is like a method overriding. What is this actually? Method overriding is an example for dynamic polymorphism. All of you are following now? All of you are following? Now tell me, what are the various object-oriented features? No, static polymorphism and dynamic polymorphism. What is static polymorphism? If one thing is existed, if the polymorphism is existed at compilation time, then it is called as what? Static polymorphism. What is the example for static polymorphism? Overloading. What is dynamic polymorphism? If the polymorphism is existed at runtime, then it is what? Dynamic polymorphism. What is the example for dynamic polymorphism? Method overriding. Right, sir? Completed? Right, sir. Now, all of you observe carefully. All of you understand this clearly. I'm not going to talk anything about method overriding. I don't require that. Actually, my concept is related to overloading only. My concept is somewhat related with overloading only. Am I right or not? Right, sir. Nice. Now let's see this particular point here. All of you observe carefully. Overloading here we have to understand. Overloading. In general, a definition I'll give you later on, don't worry. Two types of overloadings are existed. What are the two types of overloadings now? First one is method overloading. Second one is operator overloading. Come on, guys. What are the two types of overloadings? No, first one is method overloading. Second one is what? Operator overloading. Let's understand both the overloadings clearly. Then after that, we will talk why overloading is not exist in Java. Operator overloading is not exist in Java. Let's understand this clearly. First one is a method overloading. Right, sir. What is this method overloading? Point is very much clear. Now try to understand it. No. Listen carefully. If any method is existed with the same name, with different functionalities. Come again. If any method is existed with the same name, that means if more than one method with the same name, with different functionalities. If more than one method with the same name, with different functionalities, then it is called as method overloading. Right, sir? Then what's the point here I'm telling there? More than one method with the same name and with different functionalities. Then it is called as, like what now? Method overloading. Okay. Different functionalities is defined on the basis of the parameter list also. For every method, some parameters are required or not. In general, for methods, we need some parameters or not. Definitely on the basis of, if you provide a different parameter list, automatically different functionality will come. If you provide different parameter list, automatically different functionalities will come. But method name should be same. Method name should be same. Parameter list is different. It means that functionality is also be different. Okay, now let me take an example clearly. For example, class calculator. Class calculator, I have taken this. Now, observe carefully here what I am telling now. Void add of into I comma into j. But definitely here I am going to provide some method. What is this method here? Actually, addition of two integer values. Addition of two integer values. Next one, after that, void add. My method name is again same, but this time float float f1 comma float f2. Observe carefully here. Float f1 comma float f2. Here also what we have to perform that operation here, addition of two. What we have to provide there now? Float values. Result will be in the form of float only. Next one, after that, void add of string str1 comma string str2. String str1 comma string str2. Now here what we are getting, sir? Now tell me here, addition of, not addition actually, between two string values. What we are going to perform is that addition or concatenation. Concatenation. Now here what we have to say now? Concatenation of two string values. Guys, observe carefully. In my class calculator, in a class calculator, how many methods I declared? How many methods I declared? 3 methods I declare. Observe these 3 methods. No, 3 methods name is the same or different? Same name. Parameters list is a different or not? Different. Functionality of that method is a different or not? So now tell me, add is a single, but that is available in how many forms? No, in 3 forms or not? The name add is available in how many forms? No, 3 forms here. That means more than one method with the same name with a different parameter list. More than one method with the same name with a different parameter list. So this is called as what? Method overloading, and it is an example for polymorphism. This method overloading is an example for what? Polymorphism. Observe carefully. Yes, sir. Got it or not? Simple. Nothing. It's a theory only. No practical. Just if you want to call any method, I have to create object for calculator. I have to call the methods by passing relevant parameters. Add of 10, 20. First method will be executed. Add of 22.33 and 54.55. Float values no. Second method will be executed. Add of ABC, XYZ. Automatically what it is going to be executed? This concatenation. So more than one method with the same name with a different parameter list. This is called as what now? Method overloading. No problem with the method overloading in Java. We don't have any problem with the method overloading in Java. Nice. Observe carefully. Again, I will discuss this topic, sir. In object orientation, again, this polymorphism topic will come. There we are able to understand it now. That's okay, fine. Then what I require next one? Next one is what? Observe carefully. Operator overloading is existed or not? Operator overloading is required or not? So here we have to understand this operator overloading now. What is this operator overloading? First, let me give definition for it. After that, we'll go for an example. All of you observe carefully. I require this point only now. Method overloading and entire polymorphism not required. My concept is what? Operator overloading is not possible in Java. So what is operator overloading? We have to understand. Then after that, why it is not possible in Java, that we have to understand. So I need to talk about what? Operator overloading now. Listen clearly. If any operator is defined with more than one functionality, then that operator is called as overloaded operator, and that process is called as operator overloading. Come again, what is the definition? If any operator is existed or defined with how many functionalities? No, more than one functionality or more than one operation. With more than one operation, if any operator is defined, then that operator is a overloaded operator, and its functionality is what? No, operator overloading. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? Then what is the definition here? If any operator is defined with more than one operation, then it is called as operator overloading. Then it is called as operator overloading. Nice. Observe clearly. I'll explain that. Example I want to take. All of you put more concentration here. Example, no? Simple example. All of you ready? Int A is equal to 10 semicolon. A variable is A is an integer variable or not? Nice. Int B is equal to 20 semicolon. Listen carefully. Int C is equal to A plus B semicolon. Int C is equal to A plus B semicolon. Good. Listen carefully. String str1 is equal to ABC. ABC is a string value or not? In general, string value will be represented in the form of double quotations. In the form of double quotations, string values are going to be represented. String str1 is equal to ABC. Okay. String str2 is equal to DEF. String str2 is equal to what? DEF. Next one, string str3 is equal to str1 plus str2 semicolon. Yes, sir, got it or not? Okay. Now in Java, to display any variable value, we will use system.out.println of C. Result of that addition is what? C. That C value that I want to display. So that we have used system.out.println. Similarly, I want to display the result of str3. Okay, system.out.println of str3 that I want to provide. Guys, all of you observe carefully. Now tell me, sir, here plus is used for, plus is for what purpose there? Arithmetic addition or not? Arithmetic addition. Plus is used for what now? Arithmetic addition. So here, what is the output here we are getting? A value is 10, B value is 20. So C value is what? 10 plus 20. That is what now? 30. 30 is an output. Okay. Now come for this. str1 is a string value. str2 is also a string value. Now here, str3 is equal to str1 plus str2. This is what? str1 plus str2. Now tell me, here plus is for string concatenation or not? Here plus is for what purpose there? Concatenation or not? Previously plus is for arithmetic addition. Now plus is for what now? String concatenation. Now here, what is that output here we are getting there? What is that output here we are getting there? Output is A, B, C, D, E, F. We are getting or not? Your output is what? A, B, C, D, E, F. Output here we are getting. Clear or not? Now tell me guys. Here plus is a singular or not? Tell me, here plus is a singular or not? But how many operations are available for the plus now? How many operations are available for the plus now? Tell me. Right, sir. How many operations are available for plus now? 2 operations are exist or not? What are the 2 operations now? Tell me. Arithmetic addition, and second one is what now? String concatenation. So now tell me, plus is overloaded operator or not? Here plus is overloaded operator or not? Okay, now this total process is operator overloading or not? Operator overloading or not? That's okay. This is an example for operator overloading. Okay, nice. Next, coming to the point. Operator overloading is not possible in Java. Operator overloading is not possible in Java. Why? Because observe carefully. I will give some reasons. No, operator overloading is not possible in Java. Why? Because it is a bit confusion oriented feature. When it is confusion oriented feature, observe carefully. 10 operators are available in my program. 10 operators. Each operator has a 10 operations. 10 operators, and each operation has a 10 operations. Got my point or not? When 10 operators, each operation has a 10 operations. No, 10 operations. No, observe carefully. When I use that operator, which functionality has to be executed? Which functionality has to be executed? For example, out of these 10 operators, one operator if I use now, which functionality has to be executed? Which operation has to be performed? Is a bit confusion or not? Definitely confusion will be provided here. Of course, even though more number of operators are available and more number of operators are declared with more number of functionalities, to trace which operator for which functionality, automatically bit confusion will be generated or not. So that's why it is also one of the confusion oriented feature when we reuse more this operator. When we use this operator, more number of functionalities. When we declare any operator with more number of functionalities, automatically confusion will be generated. Officially, Sun Microsystems has declared that it's a bit confusion oriented feature. So that's why Java is not interested for this particular feature. Java does not allow this operator overloading. That's what I'm telling there. It is a bit confusion oriented feature when we declare more number of operators with more number of operations. When we declare more number of operators with more number of operations, it's a bit confusion oriented feature. That's okay, good. But we have second reason also. Sir, this is not my information. That was provided by Sun Microsystems Astris. Think about it. In the initial versions of the Java, same point they have highlighted. That's why I'm giving the total information here. Observe carefully. And the reason is what? When we declare more number of operators with more number of operations. If one operator, two operations, it's okay. Easily we can trace it. If a 10 number of operators, each 10 operators are having 10 number of operations, then which operator is for which functionality is a bit confusion for the developer. So it's okay, fine. It's a bit a confusion-oriented feature. Next one is what? How much it is useful in the application development? How much it is useful in the application development? Is a frequent requirement in our Java applications? Is it required frequently in our application development? If you observe this one, it is a rarely used feature in application development. It is a very rarely used feature in application development. Very, very rarely used feature in our application development. Yes, sir, got it or not? So because of that reason, Java is not having interest on this particular operator. Java does not allow this operator overloading in Java. Java has given these two reasons. First one is what? It's a bit confusion oriented feature. When we declare more number of operators with more number of operations while tracing which operator is for which functionality, it's a bit confusion. That's okay. Second reason is what? It is very rarely used feature in application development. Once it is no demand is available for this feature, how Java is going to adopt that particular feature? How Java is going to include that particular feature? So Java is totally against for this particular feature. So Java is not included this particular feature. Clear or not? Now you have to conclude to me. Now you have to tell to me, is that operator overloading is possible or not possible in Java? Possible or not possible in Java? Clear cut information, not possible in Java. Java has declared the same thing, not possible in Java. Clear or not? Now I'm asking one question to you. Observe carefully. Now this program is representing operator overloading or not? Tell me guys, this program is representing operator overloading or not? Where plus operator is overloaded or not? It has more than one functionality or not? So this program is having operator overloading or not? Okay, now tell me, will this program is executable in our program, in our Java? Is that program is executable in our Java applications? Is this code is executable in our Java applications? Some of you are having doubt on it. Don't worry. Let me check it. Is that program is possible or not possible in Java? The same code I provided, sir. Forget about this Java program and everything. Just check this. We are going to compile the program and we are going to execute the program. If you are getting any problem there, then we will conclude not possible. If you are not getting any problem, then we can conclude this program is possible in Java. So anyway, forget about this program, what I prepared now. Just plus operator is having two functionalities that I'm checking clearly. Now let me open this compiler here. Java C space test.java. Any error we are getting? Are you getting any error? No error. Java space test. Outputs we are getting 30 and ABCDEF or not? This is Java C only. That means Java C, Java, JVM. That means Java software only. Now in Java program, that lines of code is possible or not possible? Come on here. I'm asking to you only. This total code is possible or not possible? Not possible. It is executable in Java. So once this program is executable in Java, how can you say operator overloading is not possible in Java? How can you say operator overloading is not exist in Java? This code is executable in Java. Moreover, I written this code as per Java programming language only. Plus operator is overloaded here. It has two functionalities. But officially we concluded that operator overloading is not existed in Java. But when I write this code in our Java program, this program is executed. How can you decide operator overloading is not possible in Java? A question or not? Definitely interviewer will ask this question or not? Now, here what will be the answer for this particular question? What is the answer for this particular question? All of you observe carefully. I'm going to write some note also. Try to understand. Don't write anything. Understand it clearly. As per the internal requirement of the Java. What is that? As per the internal requirement of Java, Java has declared some of the predefined operators as overloaded operators. As per the internal requirement of the Java, Java has declared some of the predefined operators as overloaded operators internally with fixed functionalities, with a limited number of functionalities. Java made some of the predefined operators as overloaded operators with the fixed functionalities, with lesser functionalities for any operator. That is as per Java internal requirement. He made it some of the predefined operators as overloaded operators, but Java has not given any option for the developers to perform operator overloading explicitly. Java has not given any option for the developers to define or to declare operator overloading explicitly. Come again. What is the statement I said to you? Try to digest the point what I'm telling to you now. As per the internal requirement of the Java, Java made some of the operators, some of the predefined operators as overloaded operators with a fixed number of functionalities or with a fixed functionalities. But Java has not given any option for the developer to define operator overloading explicitly. Altogether, what I'm telling now, Java had internally operator overloading. Java does not have operator overloading explicitly. Okay, I'm asking one question there. Now try to answer this, then we'll understand clearly. Here we have used plus. Here plus is for what, sir? Here plus is for what? No. This arithmetic addition is a fixed operation for plus. String concatenation is a fixed operator for plus. Am I right or not? Am I right or not? I'll ask you, can you define subtraction operation for a plus operator? Will you do that explicitly? Is it possible for you in Java to do explicitly like this? Defining subtraction operation for plus operator, defining multiplication operation for plus operator, will you do that explicitly? That is not provided by Java for us. Explicitly, if you want to define some functionalities for any operator, that is not provided by Java for us. Explicitly, if we are unable to define any functionality for any operator, Java has not given that option for us. But as per its internal requirement, some of the predefined operators are existed with the functionalities that operators Java made as an overloaded operator as per its internal requirement. Up to its internal process, it made some operators as overloaded operators, but Java doesn't give any option for the developers to do operator overloading explicitly. Because of this reason here, plus is a predefined operator. It is possible in the case of what? No, Java programming. To prepare this program is also possible, but Java has not given any option for us to define few more functionalities to any existed operator. Not possible. Because of that reason, I said to you clearly, operator overloading is not possible explicitly in Java applications, but implicitly operator overloading is existed inside the Java. Follow or not? Right, sir. Now let me have a small note on this one. As per the internal requirement of the Java, Java made some of the predefined operators like plus, comma, star, comma, and so on. Some other operators as overloaded operators with fixed functionalities. That's it. As per the internal requirement of the Java made some of the predefined operators like a plus, comma, star as overloaded operators with fixed functionalities, but Java has not given any option for the developers to define operator overloading explicitly. Java has not given any option for the developers to define operator overloading explicitly. That's it. Now this is the total story about like what now? Operator overloading. Clear? Can I move to the next topic now? Right, sir. The next one, I think it is the sixth one or seventh one. Next one, sixth one. Right, sir. Distractors are existed in C++, but distractors are not existed in Java. Distractors are existed in C++, but distractors are not existed in Java. Right, sir. Can you tell me what is the point here? What is the sixth point here? Distractors are existed in C++. Distractors are not existed in Java. Distractors are not existed in Java. Okay. Before understanding whether distractors are existed or not existed in C++ and Java, before that, first we have to conclude what is distractor, what is the purpose of the distractors in programming languages. After that, we will understand why it is required in C++ and why it is not required in Java. There's many things here we have to understand. Listen carefully. Now tell me, sir, when a programming language is an object-oriented programming language, come on, guys. When a programming language is an object-oriented programming language, if any programming language is representing data in the form of objects by following object-oriented features, then the programming language is what? Object-oriented programming language. Sir, got my point or not? Okay, fine. Listen carefully. In object-oriented programming languages, data must be represented in the form of objects or not? In object-oriented programming languages, data must be represented in the form of objects or not? Definitely, in the form of objects only, the data has to be represented. Clear? If we want to represent data in the form of objects, first we have to create objects. Without having object, how it is possible to store data? So first we have to create object. After creating object, then we have to store data inside the object. After that, at the end of the program, what we have to do? At the end of the program, we have to destroy this object or not? At the end of the program, we have to destroy this particular object or not? Come on, guys, you have to answer for my questions now. Once we created the object for data representation, when the work is completed, then you should take the responsibility to destroy that object or not. That's a fair enough, actually. It's a fair thing if you do that. Okay, in all the object-oriented programming languages, two operations are mandatory. As you want to represent data in the form of objects, two operations are mandatory. What are the two operations which are mandatory? First one is creating objects is mandatory. After creating objects, you may store the data, you may not store the data, or you may update the data, may not update the data. The secondary. First, we have to create the object. At the end of the program, when work is completed, when object utilization is completed, then what we have to do at the end of the program, we have to destroy that object or not. We have to destroy that objects or not. Whatever the objects we have created, that objects must be destroyed or not. No response, guys. So two operations are minimum in every object-oriented programming languages. What are the two operations now? Creating objects and destroying objects. Clear? How, sir? How we are able Guys, just 1 minute. Guys, please confirm to me. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice now. Guys, please check it. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Voice. Right. Is my voice is clear to all of you guys? Right, sir. I think it is clear to everybody, right? Okay. Right, sir. Now, observe this clearly. So, to create objects, what we require there, constructor is a feature which is provided by all the object-oriented programming languages. Similarly, to destroy objects, which features are available, which feature is provided by object-oriented programming languages now? To destroy objects, we are having Destructors. What is the feature name? Destructors. Destructors is a feature. So to create objects, we are having constructors, and to destroy the objects, what we are having there now? Destructors. Tell me, what is the use of the constructor? For creating object. What is the use of the destructor? For destroying the objects. Right, sir. Now, I'm asking one question to you. Now, try to observe this clearly. All of you observe carefully. Two cases I'm telling to you. By that, we can understand. For example, Hyderabad Municipal Corporation, GHMC. Right? GHMC is one of the independent organization in Hyderabad. The municipal corporation. Okay? Two cases I'm telling there. Case number one. If GHMC has announced that every citizen of Hyderabad must carry your garbage, what you created. You must carry your garbage, what you created, to outside of the city. On separate garbage dump is available at a particular outside of the city. Every citizen must take the responsibility to move out your garbage to the outside of the city. Municipal Corporation of Hyderabad is not responsible for it. If any of you are not doing that work every day, it will be a fine. Every day. If you are not carrying your garbage on that day, 1,000 rupees fine. This is a condition made by Municipal Corporation. Point number one. So what is the next story? Every day morning, early morning, 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, all vehicles are moving towards outside of the Hyderabad city or not? And along with their garbages, along with wastage, what they created. I think this rule is very good rule, right? In the next election, that government will not come, sure. Am I right or not? Okay, this is case number one. Now tell me here, you are feeling flexibility or not? Is it flexible or not? You have to answer for my question. Is it flexible or not? No, it is not flexible. Why? Because everybody is busy with their work actually. Again, putting time to move their garbage to outside in the sense, outside of the Hyderabad in the sense, it may take nearly 2 hours of time. Who will spend 2 hours of time? Within the 2 hours of time, either bike or car or maybe something else, who will take that responsibility? Then everybody will feel bad about the management of this Hyderabad municipality. Am I right or not? So nobody will give vote in the next election, sure. Okay, this is case number 1 where citizens are not happy with that rule. Rule number 2. GHMC, same GHMC, Hyderabad Municipal Corporation announced that every citizen is not required to take any responsibility to move your garbage to outside of the city. As a municipal corporation, we will take the responsibility of moving your garbage to outside of the city. You don't have any responsibility. Just create the garbage and keep that garbage in front of your door. That's it. Our boys will come to your house. Our boys will collect your garbage, and our boys will take the responsibility to move the garbage to outside of the city. You don't have any responsibility for that. It's a matter of 2 minutes to keep your garbage in outside of your door. Now, you're having flexibility or not? Having flexibility with this option or not? Now, definitely will give vote for the same municipal corporation in the next elections or not? Again, the same corporation will come out in the next election or not? Now, it's a flexibility for us. Am I right or not? So, here the problem is what? You created garbage. If I ask you to clear that garbage, it's a problem. But you created garbage. If I say to you, I will clear that garbage, then you are feeling very happy. Got my point or not? So here, case number 1, where every citizen must take the responsibility to create the garbage and to clear the garbage. This is C++. Case number 2, just to create the garbage. I will clear your garbage. I will remove your garbage. That is Java. That is the point. In the case of C++, developer must take the responsibility. Developer must take the responsibility to create the objects and as well as to destroy the objects. To destroy the objects, definitely developer must use destructors explicitly. So destructors are required in the case of C++. Get my point clearly? In C++, every developer is responsible to create the objects and to destroy the objects. To destroy the objects, developers must use what? Destructors explicitly. But in the case of Java, developers are responsible for creating objects only. Developers are not responsible for destroying the objects. Developers are not responsible for destroying the objects in the case of Java. Developers are responsible for creating objects only. So developers are not destroying the objects explicitly. So is there any requirement to use destructors explicitly for Java developers? Is there any requirement of using destructors in Java? Is it required in Java? As developers are not destroying the objects, is it required for Java to maintain destructors feature? Is the destructors are required or not required in Java? Not required in Java. In C++, definitely required. Why? Because developer must destroy the object. But in the case of Java, developers are not destroying the objects. Once developers are not destroying the objects, then what is the use of destructors inside the Java? What is the use of destructors inside the Java? Required or not required? Not required. Clear. But my question is, if developers are not destroying the objects in Java, who will destroy that objects? Who will take the responsibility of destroying that object? In our example, GHMC is taking the responsibility of clearing your garbage or not? Here GHMC is nothing but Java programming language. So we are not taking any responsibility to destroy the object. So Java programming language has to take the responsibility to destroy that objects or not? If developers are not responsible for destroying the objects, so Java must be responsible for destroying the objects or not? How Java is destroying that objects? No. To destroy the objects, Java has provided an internal tool. Java has provided a predefined tool inside the JVM. Inside the Java, inside the JVM, a predefined tool was provided by Java. What is that predefined tool inside the Java? Its name is garbage collector. Its name is what? Garbage collector, which is existed inside the JVM. What is its responsibility? It will destroy the objects when memory is full. Whenever memory is full, automatically it will identify the unused objects. It will identify the unused objects and it will destroy the objects automatically without a developer interference. Without the developer's interference, automatically the garbage collector tool will destroy that objects automatically, internally. Now tell me, which programming language is good in this aspect? No? Java or C++? Definitely Java. Which memory management is good in this aspect? No? Java memory management is good. Why? Because memory management is giving an option for the developer to create the objects. Don't take any responsibility to destroy the objects. So some work is reduced for the developer or not? See, all programming languages responsibility is what? All programming languages are giving support is what? Try to reduce work for the developer. Reducing work for the developer. If any programming language is reducing 70% of the work for the developer, that programming language is good programming language. If any programming language is giving 100% work to the developer, that programming language is not good programming language. Simple, common sense. C++ is increasing work to the developer, but Java is reducing work to the developer. So which programming language is good for the developers? No, Java programming language. That's why Java is getting very good demand when compared with what? No, other programming languages. So finally, give conclusion to me. Destructors are required or not required in Java? Not required in Java. Why? Developers are not destroying the object. Why developers are not destroying the objects? No, garbage collector is available in Java. What is that garbage collector? It will destroy the objects automatically. Garbage collector will destroy the objects automatically. So developers are not responsible for destroying the objects in Java. So due to the availability of garbage collector in Java, Java doesn't include destructors and Java does not give any option to the developer to destroy the objects. Then I have one more question. Okay, sir. Garbage collector is an internal tool. That's okay. Now it is destroying the objects automatically without having any developer's interference. Happy up to that. But I have a question. What is my question now? Is it possible for me to talk with the garbage collector and to destroy the objects as per my intention? Understand my question now? Garbage collector is an internal tool. It able to destroy the objects automatically without the developer's interference. That's okay, understood. But my question is, can I interfere in that process? Is it possible for me to talk with the garbage collector? Now you have to destroy the objects, not at the end of the program. I created one object. It's a waste of the object that I know. When you come for the execution here, then try to destroy this object. I don't require to wait up to the end of the program. It's unnecessary. I decided here itself. Is it possible for me to interact with that garbage collector directly? Exactly. Yes, it is possible. You can operate garbage collector explicitly. You can operate garbage collector explicitly. Wherever we require to destroy the object, there we can destroy the object just by calling garbage collector. Not by using destructor. Please remember this. Just by calling garbage collector, we can destroy that objects wherever we require. It's a matter of using one method. System.gc method. GC stands for garbage collector. That's finished. And which reference we are nullifying, that means which object we want to destroy there. And that we have to call system.gc. That's it. Automatically, it able to destroy that particular object. But first of all, before that, that object must be eligible for garbage collection. That object must be eligible for garbage collection. If you identify any object which is eligible for garbage collection, or make that object eligible for garbage collection, then call garbage collector. Garbage collector will destroy that object. Explicitly also we can do that. So more flexibility is available in Java or not? But do you have any such kind of flexibility in the case of C++? No. I want to have automatic object destruction. Is it possible in C++? Not possible. Wherever we want to destroy the object, there we have to use what? Destructor. That's it. Blindly we have to follow some rule. But here flexibility is available or not? Even if you forgot to destroy the objects, garbage collector will take the responsibility to destroy that object. Or else, if you want to destroy the objects right away, as per our requirement, that one also we can do by talking with the garbage collector. That's it. This is the story behind what now? Destructors are existed in C++, but the destructors are not existed in Java. But everything is specified inside the materials. Even in the running notes, I'm writing only little bit only. Maximum time I'm putting for explanation. But in the material, everything is available. After the class, just try to read the totally one thing, or else watch this video. Easily we can understand the content clearly. Sir, got it or not? Okay, fine. That's fine. Nice. Next one. After completion of this, now the seventh point here, what I am telling to you, observe carefully. Seventh one, C and C++ are following call by value and call by reference parameter passing mechanism. C and C++ are following call by value and call by reference parameter passing mechanism. But Java follows only call by value parameter passing mechanism. Sir, what is the number here? Is it 7 or 8? I think so. It will be 8. Anyway, I think somewhere else we missed that number. Okay, it will be 8. I think so. Right. Anyway, observe carefully. Now, what's the point here? I'm telling to you guys. Now, tell me. C and C++ are following call by value and call by reference parameter passing mechanism. But Java follows what? Only call by value parameter passing mechanism, not call by reference. Right, sir. And one more thing I'm telling to you about this particular point. Don't think too much internals of this. Just up to how much is required to confirm the concept. Up to that I will give. Why? Because if I take call by value and call by reference parameter passing mechanisms, maybe more depth is available. Not required up to that. Simple definitions and in a simplified way. I'll talk about the subject. Now try to understand this. Up to that it is sufficient. Don't go more and more internals of this content here. You will get confusion. But up to how much is required, up to that I will talk with you. Try to manage it. Try to understand it clearly. All right, sir. So again the same process, sir. Before understanding call by value and call by reference, which are followed by C, C++, Java, which are not followed by C, C++, Java, first we have to understand what is call by value, what is call by reference. First we have to understand what is call by value, what is call by reference. Sir, all of you are comfortable? Time is 11:30, it's okay. Can I continue this part here? Is it okay? Right? Some people are responding with a smile. I don't know what is the reason for it. Right? No burden. If you are not feeling comfortable, just give information. Why? Because this is extra time only. Of course, if you're not comfortable, just give information. By that I will decide. Okay? But let me continue. At least one more point I want to continue. At least let me complete this one. Overall, 9 differences are available. Up to 8 we reached there. Last difference is going to be available. It's somewhat time taking difference only, but tomorrow we'll plan for it. But let me complete up to 8 part here. Okay? The small part only. Let's understand it now. First of all, what is call by value and what is call by reference? Listen carefully. If we pass primitive data in the sense byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, character. This type of data is nothing but what? No, primitive data. If we pass this primitive data as a parameters to the methods, in all the programming languages, if we pass a primitive data as a parameters to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is call by value. In any programming language, not only in C, C++, Java, in all programming languages, if we pass a primitive data as a parameters to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is what? Call by value. Okay. Similarly, what is called by reference actually? In all the programming languages, if we pass address locations as parameters to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is what? Call by reference. Yes, sir. Getting my point or not? All right, sir. Now, primitive data to the methods. Simple point. Primitive data to the methods. Then it is what? Call by value. Am I right or not? If we pass primitive data as parameters to the methods, then that is what? Call by value. But what is the next one? You know, address locations as parameters to the methods. Address locations to the methods. Methods are functions, whatever it may be. Then it is called as what? Call by reference. Am I right or not? Okay, fine. All of you listen carefully. We understood up to now call by value and call by reference. Understand now? In C and C++, if we pass pointer variables as a parameter to the methods, In C and C++, if we pass pointer variables as a parameters to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is call by reference. In C and C++, if we pass pointer variables as parameters to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is call by reference. Why? Because pointer variables are storing address locations. If you pass pointer variable as parameter to the method, that means we are passing address locations as parameter to the method. So parameter passing mechanism is what? Call by reference. Clear or not? No response, guys. Right. For the pointer variables, what is the equivalent concept in Java? Already we have seen that. For the pointers, what is the equivalent concept in Java? Reference variables or not? Pointers in C, C++, the equivalent thing is what? Reference variables in Java. Right, observe carefully. Even though if you pass reference variables as parameters to the methods in Java, still the parameter passing mechanism is not call by value parameter passing mechanism. Sorry, not call by reference parameter passing mechanism. It is called by value parameter passing mechanism only. Listen, one more time, I'm repeating. No, in Java, even though if you pass reference variables as parameters to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is not called by reference. Even though if you pass reference variable as parameters to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is not called by reference. Still it is called by value only. Why? Why? Because tell me, sir, pointer variables are able to refer a block of memory by storing address location or not? But the reference variables are referring a block of memory by storing what? By storing what? Object reference value or not? What is this object reference value? Hexadecimal form of hash code or not? What is this hash code actually? Is an unique identity provided by heap manager in the form of an integer value. Sir, you are not giving response. That I already discussed with you inside the class. It shows clearly you are not studying at your home. You are not watching these videos also. It is very clear indication. I think so, maybe yesterday or day before yesterday, I think I discussed the same thing. But you are not responding properly. Tell me, what is reference variable? Reference variable is a variable. It is able to store object reference value. What is object reference value? Hexadecimal form of hash code. What is hash code? Hash code is an unique identity provided by heap manager in the form of integer value. So hash code is not address location. Reference value is not address location. Reference variable is not storing address location. So if we pass reference variable as parameter to the methods, if we pass reference variable as parameter to the methods, then what we are passing in the behalf of this reference variable, what we are passing, is it address location or any integer value in hexadecimal form? Integer value in hexadecimal form. Integer value is a primitive data or not? That primitive data we are passing as parameter to the method in the sense, what is that parameter passing mechanism? Is it call by value or call by reference? Call by value or call by reference? Call by value only, not call by reference. Now tell me, in Java, is there any chance to have call by reference? In Java, is there any chance to have call by reference? No call by reference in the case of Java, but call by reference is exists in the case of C and C++ or not? In Java, which parameter passing mechanism is existed? Call by value parameter passing mechanism is only be existed. Am I right or not? So here the point is, what is the point here? I want to conclude now inside this. Right, sir. In C and C++, if we pass, in C and C++, if we pass pointer variables as parameters to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is called by reference. Why? Because pointer variables are able to store address locations. That's it. In C and C++, if you pass pointer variables as parameters to the methods or functions, both are same here. In C and C++, we may call it as what now? Functions. then the parameter passing mechanism is what? Is a call by reference. Why? Because pointer variables are able to store address locations directly. That's okay, fine. In the case of Java, what you have to specify there? Even if we pass reference variables as parameters to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is what? Call by value only. Call by value only. Why? Because what is the reason for it now? Why? Because reference variables are not storing address locations. Address locations are not stored. So what it is storing there? The reference value of the object. Reference value is a hexadecimal form of hash code. Hash code is an integer value provided by heap manager as an unique identity for the objects. That's it. That's the point here we have to understand. This is 8th point here we completed, not more than that. Yes, sir. Can I go for the 9th point? 9th one. At least 9th one here we are going to understand. Now let's observe this clearly. 9th point is also a simple point. Try to put more concentration. Right, sir. In C and C++, integers will take 2 bytes of memory and characters will take 1 byte of memory. 1 byte of memory. But in Java, integers will take 4 bytes of memory. 4 bytes of memory and characters will take 2 bytes of memory. Of course, this is an interview question also. But observe carefully, in C and C++, integers will take 2 bytes of memory and characters will take 1 byte of memory. But in Java, integers will take 4 bytes of memory and characters will take 2 bytes of memory. Why? Maybe interviewer may ask this question also. I got this question in my interviews. At JNT University, when I attempted for campus interviews, I got this question from one interviewer, but I forgot which company it was. No, but I got this particular question as a fresher. And campus interviews, freshers interviews are going on. So I got this question from one company. I forgot that company also, but anyway, this is a question. Correct? Yes, sir. All of you understand this? What is the difference here? Memory allocations for the primitive data wise. Difference is available or not? In a C and a C++, how many bytes of memory for integers? 2 bytes of memory. How many bytes for characters? 1 byte. In the case of Java, how many bytes for integers? 4 bytes for integer. How many bytes for characters? 2 bytes of memory is for characters. Clear or not? Okay. Now listen carefully. A small wrong is available inside the statement actually. But still interviewers are asking this question. That's why I given this as a title. A small change is there inside the statement. I'll give that change now. Listen, all of you listen carefully. Memory allocation for the primitive data types in C and C++ is not fixed. It is variable. Depending on the operating system, memory allocation is going on for the primitive data types in C and C++. That is the change. Here I fixed some quotations, no? Some bytes of memory I fixed for integer and character, but actual thing is what? In C and C++, memory allocations for the primitive data is not fixed. It is variable. It is totally depending on the operating system which we have used. Sir, got my point or not? But in the case of Java, memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed, irrespective of the operating system which we use. In the case of Java, memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed, irrespective of the operating system which we use. We can use any of the operating system, that doesn't matter. Memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed. But in the case of C and C++, memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed or not fixed? Not fixed. It is variable depending on what? Operating system which we are using. Even with this point also we can conclude that C and C++ are platform dependent, Java is a platform independent. In this direction also we can conclude C and C++ are what? Platform dependent, but Java is what? Platform independent, even in this particular point also. Sir, got it or not? Okay. But how memory allocations are available in Java, sir? How fixed memory allocations are available in Java for primitive data types? No. If you observe this one, byte will take 1 byte of memory. Byte will take how much memory? 1 byte only. Short is the next primitive data type. Short will take 2 bytes of memory. In Java, I'm talking now. In Java, fixed memory allocations, use any operating system. I'm confirming this memory scale. Short will take 2 bytes of memory. Int will take 4 bytes of memory. Next one is a long will take 8 bytes of memory. Next one is a float will take 4 bytes of memory, not 8 bytes of memory. Again, float will take 8 bytes of memory. Next one is a double will take again 8 bytes of memory. Then after that, character will take how much memory? Char in case of Java, 2 bytes of memory. Next one is boolean will take in the case of Java 1 bit, not even byte, 1 bit, 0 or 1 internally. True or false? Internal representation is what? Maybe 0 or 1. 0 or 1. How many bytes of memory is required now? 1 bit, not even byte. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Am I right or not? 1 bit. For what now? Boolean. That's tell me, guys. Definitely, I will conduct one written test for you. In the written test, I will ask memory allocations also. There we have to give answer. For byte, 1 byte. For short, 2 bytes. For integer, 4 bytes. Long, 4 bytes. Long, 8 bytes. Float, 4 bytes. Double, 8 bytes. Character, 2 bytes. And Boolean, 1 bit. Okay. Now, this is a quotation we have to understand. In C and C++, it is not fixed. That is depending on the operating system that the allocations are going on. Is it clear or not? Okay, sir. Good. Observe carefully, all of you guys. Another interview question. What is that question here? Why in C and C++, 1 byte of memory is sufficient to store character data? Why Java is required to assign 2 bytes of memory to store character data? Understand my question? In C and C++, 1 byte of memory is sufficient to store character data. But why in Java, 2 bytes of memory is required to store character data? How can you say Java is a more memory management in the case when compared with other programming languages? But here I'm specifying one point there. In C and C++, for characters 1 byte of memory, but in the case of Java, for characters 2 bytes of memory, how we are? What is the requirement to assign 2 bytes of memory for characters in the case of Java? Why 1 byte of memory is sufficient in the case of C and C++? This type of question might be asked by interviewer after giving this total answer. There I will give some answer. Try to understand it. No. In C and C++, all of you observe carefully. In C and C++, don't write anything. In C and C++, all the characters are represented in the form of ASCII values. Yes, sir. Am I right or not? Right. In the form of ASCII values, all the characters will be written. To store any ASCII value, 1 byte of memory is sufficient. To store any ASCII value, 1 byte of memory is sufficient. In C and C++, all the characters are represented in the form of ASCII standards, in the form of ASCII representations. Right? To store any ASCII value, how many bytes of memory? 1 byte of memory is sufficient. But in the case of Java, in Java, all the characters are represented in the form of Unicode. In the case of Java, all the characters are represented in the form of what? Unicode. That Unicode, to represent any Unicode value, 2 bytes of memory is required. To store any Unicode value, how many bytes of memory is required? No, 2 bytes of memory is required. Yes, sir, got my point or not? So why Java require 2 bytes of memory to store characters data? In the case of C and C++, all characters are represented in the form of ASCII format. So 1 byte of memory is sufficient to store any character data. But in the case of Java, all the characters are represented in the form of what? Unicode. To store any Unicode value, How much memory is required here? 2 bytes of memory is required. That is one point here. Then again, I'm having one more question. Why Unicode? Why Unicode is required? Why not ASCII code? What is the specialty with Unicode? Why Java supports? Why Java supports only Unicode value? What is the requirement to take only Unicode value inside the Java? Why it is Unicode? Why Unicode is required? Right, sir. Now, I'll give some reasons for that. Now, try to understand it clearly. What is the reason now? Try to observe carefully. Unicode is universally accepted code. Unicode is what? Universally accepted code. Is one of the character representation. But what is its speciality? It able to represent all the characters. That means all the alphabet from all the natural languages. It able to represent all the alphabet from all the natural languages. What are these natural languages now? Like English, Italian, Japanese, Chinese, local languages, Kannada, Tamil, Marathi, Telugu, and so on. Yes, sir, got my point or not? So Unicode is one of the character representation. It able to represent all the alphabet from all the natural languages. For what purpose we are representing all characters from all the natural languages? No. What is the requirement of representing all characters from all the natural languages? No. Again, if you ask this question, answer is very clear. To provide very good internationalization support. To provide very good internationalization service, internationalization support. Again, there is a question. What is this internationalization, sir? You are using some difficult words to us. What is internationalization? Nothing. One simple example I'm telling you, try to understand it. All of you listen carefully. Myself is a software engineer. I prepared a software product. I'm giving some services to my customers. Throughout India, number of customers are available. I'm giving my services to all the customers. That's okay, good. Customers are understanding my services. They are utilizing my services. I know all Indians are very good at English. So all my products, services, all the services of my product are provided in English only. Like login pages in English, registration pages in English, product add forms in English, product search forms in English. Every label I used to provide in English. So all Indian customers can understand English. All Indian customers are very happy with my product. It's a special product, what I prepared, software product. Down the line, 1 year of time was completed. Number of customers are increased. Number of customers are increased across India and across the world. Throughout the globe, number of customers are increased. Unfortunately, I found some of the customers from Chinese language, China. Some of the customers are from China. They're accessing my product or services. Unfortunate thing is that Chinese people are not interested in English. They don't like English. They don't know anything about English. But they want to use my product or services. But they don't know English. But my product is provide service in English only. But Chinese people are not aware about English. Yes, sir. Got my point or not? Got my point or not? So what Chinese customers are expecting? No, they are expecting my product services in their local language, in Chinese language. Next day I found some other customers from Japan, Japanese customers. They are expecting my product services in Japanese language. Next day German clients. They are expecting my product services in a German language. They are expecting that services in a German language. Like this throughout the globe, number of customers are very much passionate on their local languages. They are not interested in English. So how can I satisfy my all customers throughout the globe? No. Okay, one option I'm telling there. I come up with one option. What is that option there? I'll prepare one separate application for English. I'll prepare another separate application for Italian. I'll prepare another application. I'll redesign another application for Chinese. I'll redesign another application for Japanese. Can I do this? Can I go for this option? If I do the same thing, what will happen? Today might be 10 countries people, for them I'm providing service. Next day, one more country customers will come. Next day, one more country customers will come. Then on next day, one more company customer will come. Like this, for how many country customers I need to support? No? How many applications I have to redesign every time? Redesigning my application may take nearly 1 year of time. How it is possible for me to redesign that entire application again and again with respect to the local languages? Is it a fair solution? Is it a right solution? Okay, if it is not right solution, then what is the right solution? What is the right solution? Instead of redesigning the application with respect to the languages, no, only one application we have to prepare. The single application has to satisfy all the region of the customers. All the customers from all the regions. That single application has to provide solution. The single application has to provide services in Italian. The single application has to provide services in like what now Chinese language. The single application has to provide services in Japanese language. That means first application has to identify this customer is coming from which country. What is the language of that country? Then my product has to provide services in that language only. In that way, I need my product. So here, what I required, we need to prepare a product. We need to prepare a product, software product. It must recognize all the customers' nativity. It has to provide services as per the customer's nativity. Got my point or not? So if we design any application, or if we provide such type of support in our application, that support or service is called as internationalization. That is called as what now? Internationalization. So to provide very good internationalization support, Java is using Unicodes. That Unicodes are capable to represent all the alphabets from all the natural languages. So because of that reason, because of this Unicode only, Java is providing very good internationalization support. But first of all, we have to represent all the alphabets from all the languages or not. To represent all the alphabets or all the languages, we need Unicode, and that Unicode to require 2 bytes of memory to store any content. That Unicode is required 2 bytes of memory clearly. Because of this reason only, 2 bytes of memory is required in the case of Java to store Unicode values. Say for example, one simple example I'm telling you, try to understand. Almost completing. Don't worry for this now. After this, guys, what I'm telling there is a browser I'm open now. What are all this? Hindi. Which language? Actually, I don't know all these names actually. Fine, sir. Anyway, so that Google is providing its services in all the local languages or not? That Google is a single application, am I right or not? But it is providing services in all the customers' local languages or not? The best example for what? Best example is for what? Internationalization, right? To represent. For example, if I click on Telugu, no, that entire web page is appeared in Telugu language only. So entire web page is appeared in Telugu language in the sense, definitely that Telugu letters must be represented or not. In place of search, there might be a Telugu word like what? No. What is the Telugu word in place of search? No. Shodhana. That Shodhana, 3 letters are available. The 3 letters must be represented in Java or not? Java or whatever it may be, whatever the language they have used, to represent the Telugu letters, Unicode is required or not? So because of that reason, Unicode representations are supporting internationalization that is nowadays required in all the products clearly. So this is the story behind like what memory allocations for the primitive data types in the case of C, C++, and in the case of what? Java. Right or not? So with this total differences between Java and others, this topic is completed, guys. Total differences between Java and others, this total part is completed. And tomorrow I will start a new topic. Tomorrow is Saturday, right? So don't have any leave on tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a session. But tomorrow I will decide whether I'm going to take session on Sunday or not. But Monday onwards, what is our schedule? 8:30 to 10 you have to come. New topic I will start. And we will continue these 10 to 11:30 classes. One more week of time, max. By that I will stop classes at 10 o'clock. I will give you a schedule for Arakil. Then meanwhile, we have to attend for the sessions at what time there? 8:30 to 10 o'clock. This is mandatory. Moreover, materials are available at our office there. Try to take that material, and I'm giving clarity. They are chargeable. How much is the cost for it now? 450, right? Good. Thanks a lot. Tomorrow we'll continue the remaining part. Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks a lot. Demo class are finished, guys. Already finished a long time back. Yeah, you can register, guys, and maybe maximum Monday, maybe link will be changed, guys. Monday onwards, link will be changed at 8:30. Then better plan for registrations, so that our admin people will send that Monday link to you, so that you can attend for it. Okay, link is going to be changed there for registered members. That link is going to be provided Monday onwards. So try to talk with our office people regarding that issue. Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow we have same schedule. At 10 o'clock we will meet tomorrow. But Monday onwards that new schedule will come. Basic package. What is this? Angular. No. That is different. This is not included in our package. If you use UI technology, basic UI technology, HTML, CSS, JavaScript and all, that will be the basic package. But no package available like this. Separate classes start అయితే కదా. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మోర్ ఓవర్ ఇక్కడ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే మీరు యాంగులర్కి వెళ్ళాలి అంటే మీకు HTML CSS కావాలి కదా. అప్ టు జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ కంపల్సరీ కావాలి. అయిన తర్వాత యాంగులర్కి వెళ్ళేది ఉంటుంది. సో మీకు కంపల్సరీ బేసిక్ ప్యాకేజ్ తీసుకోవాలి. ఈ థాట్ కనుక్కుంటే యాంగులర్కి వెళ్ళే థాట్ ఉంటే బేసిక్ ప్యాకేజ్ తీసుకోవాలి. నేర్చుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది. క్లియర్, అది బెటర్. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ డిపెండెన్సీ ఉంది. యాంగులర్కి వెళ్ళాలంటే జియో టెక్నాలజీ మొత్తం కావాలి. అప్ టు జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ కావాలి. జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ తో పాటు ఇంకా యాంగులర్ టైప్ స్క్రిప్ట్ కూడా కావాలి. అంతే. ఇంకోటి ఇది యాంగులర్ జేఎస్ కాదు, అది యాంగులర్ జేఎస్ ఓల్డ్. యాంగులర్ అంతే. జేఎస్ అనేది ఫస్ట్ వర్షన్ ఆఫ్ యాంగులర్, అది ఓల్డ్. ఇప్పుడు ఎవరు నేర్చుకోవాలి, అవుట్డేటెడ్. అది యాంగులర్ అంతే. యాంగులర్ జేఎస్ అనదు, యాంగులర్ అండి. యాంగులర్ చేసినా మళ్ళీ అది మిస్ఇంటర్ప్రిటేషన్ వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. దీనికి ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ ఈ రెండు లేదు నేర్చుకోవచ్చు. అంటే ఇది కొంత ఓల్డ్, రియాక్ట్ చేసేది న్యూ ట్రెండింగ్. Not tomorrow. For this batch, maybe in the next week. Why? Because content is not complete so far. The introduction part is not yet completed. In the case tomorrow, if I come, not possible to complete introduction part total. Maybe one more day I record. Maybe Monday or Tuesday I'll complete this total introduction part. Then after that I'll conduct the test. 8:30, 2 slots, 8:30 to 10 as well as 10 to 11:30. Yeah, max. After that, continuously 8 o'clock, 8:30. చెప్తా. పర్లేదండి, అవసరం లేదు. క్లాస్ లో మీరు ల్యాప్టాప్ తెచ్చుకొని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసినా ఓకే. అంటే ఇమ్మీడియట్ గా మీకు అంత వచ్చి టూ మచ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ ఏం రాదు. అవసరం లేదు. మీరు మండే కూడా అవసరం లేదు. నేను చెప్తాను అఫీషియల్ గా ఎప్పుడంటే ఊప్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ స్టార్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ కొంచెం హెవీగా వస్తుంది. ఇక అక్కడ ఇదంతా కూడా చిన్న చెప్తున్నాను. ఇంకా మీకు అంటే వాళ్ళకి ఏం చెప్తున్నా అంటే హౌ టు ఇన్స్టాల్ జావా సాఫ్ట్వేర్, హౌ టు రైట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్, ఏ చిన్న వస్తాయి. అది మీకు వస్తుంది, మీకు 10 o'clock వస్తుంది. అప్పుడు మీరు ప్లాన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. Guys, just give a minute of time. I'll clarify your doubts. Just give a minute of time. I'll come back. Don't worry. Those who are attending in online, just give a minute of time. I will talk with you. Object is just a memory block. For example, what I'm telling now, class A is there. Class A ఉంది కదా. ఈ క్లాస్ ఏలో ఏమైందంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను ఇంత I is equal to 10 పెట్టాను. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ లాంగ్ L is equal to 25 L అన్న, 25 L అంటే లాంగ్ వాల్యూ అన్నట్లు గుర్తుపెట్టు. ఎంతవరకు ఇచ్చాను. ఇది నాది క్లాస్ ఏ. ఈ క్లాస్ ఏకి నేను ఏ స్మాల్ ఏ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు న్యూ అంటే ఆబ్జెక్ట్. ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇది అనేది కోడ్. ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయితే ఇంటర్నల్ గా ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ అయింది. ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అంటే ఏంటి, మెమరీ బ్లాక్. కాదు నేను చెప్తాను. ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఏ స్మాల్ ఏ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ న్యూ ఏ, ఇది ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ అండి, ఇది కోడ్. జేవిఎం దీన్ని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తే జేవిఎం సమ్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయాలి ఇంటర్నల్ గా. ఆ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ఏంటంటే ఒక మెమరీ బ్లాక్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకుంటుంది. దానిలో మనం ఏదైతే డేటా డిక్లేర్ చేసి అది స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. ఇప్పుడు మెమరీ బ్లాక్ అంటే మీకు ఎక్కడ వస్తుంది అంటే ఇక్కడ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, నేను ఎప్పుడైతే ఆ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేశానో ఇదంతా కూడా హీప్ మెమరీ అనుకోండి, ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ అయిపోతుంది. ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ అయిన దానిలో క్లాస్ మెంబర్స్ ఏమున్నాయి, ఐ ఉంది కదా, ఐ వేరియబుల్.
నాకు ఏంటంటే డెఫినిషన్ చెప్తాను కదా సార్, ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అనే వర్డ్కి దేన్ని నేను ఈక్వలైజ్ చేసుకోవాలనేది
ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్.
దాన్ని ఓకే
అంటే మీకు ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అంటే తెలుసు కదా,
అదే మామూలుగా ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అంటే దాన్ని ఫీచర్,
ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ఫీచరే. అంటే ఎందుకు ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ఫీచర్ అయిందంటే మన ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ లో మనం ఏది డేటా తీసుకున్నా సరే ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ స్టోర్ చేస్తాం. సో ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది మినిమం. మనం ఏ కోడ్ రాసినా సరే క్లాస్ అనేది తీసుకోవాలి, క్లాస్ అనేది మినిమం. అందుకని చెప్పేసి వాట్ ఈస్ అన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అంటే ఇదంతా స్టోరేజ్. ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఎప్పుడు క్రియేట్ అయిందంటే ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయితే క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది. ప్రతి క్లాస్ వస్తాయండి. ఇంకా నేను స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి టాపిక్. ఊప్స్ అనేది వస్తుంది, లాంగ్వేజ్ ఫండమెంటల్స్ తర్వాత ఊప్స్ వస్తాయి. హానర్ మీకు ఇంకో 10 days తర్వాత వస్తుంది ఊప్స్. వచ్చినప్పుడు మొత్తం వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఎట్లా అసలు క్లాస్ ఎందుకు రాస్తాం, ఎట్లా రాస్తాం, ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఎట్లా క్రియేట్ చేయాలి, ఎందుకు క్రియేట్ చేయాలి, ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఏం స్టోర్ అవుతాయి, అవి ఎట్లా స్టోర్ అవుతాయి, వాటిని ఎట్లా యాక్సెస్ చేస్తాం, ఎట్లా డిస్ప్లే చేస్తాం, మొత్తం వస్తాయి. స్టోరీ అంతా ఊప్స్ లో వస్తాయి. అంటే మీకు ఇబ్బంది లేదు. మధ్యలో ఒక 10 minutes బ్రేక్ ఇస్తాం.
ఆ తర్వాత మాకు ఫ్రీ స్పేస్ ఎక్కడైనా ఉంటే దాన్ని ఏమంటుంది ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం.
స్పేస్ అర్థం కదా
అంటే మాకు ఏదైనా కూర్చోడానికి ఏదైనా అట్లీస్ట్ ల్యాప్టాప్ తెచ్చుకున్నా ఇక్కడ ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్
మీకు కావాలంటే చైర్స్ మొత్తం వాడుకోవచ్చు. మనం కాబట్టి చైర్స్ ఇప్పించేస్తాం బయట.
పవర్ సప్లై
అది డిఫికల్ట్. మీరు ఛార్జింగ్ పెట్టుకుని వచ్చేసేయండి. ఛార్జర్ తెచ్చుకుంటే ఇక్కడ లేదు మన ఛాన్స్. ఎందుకంటే క్లాస్ కూడా పాయింట్స్ లేవు. నా ఇది ఒకటి ఉందా చివరు ఇంకోటి మా వాళ్ళు చాలా స్ట్రాంగ్ రెడీగా ఉన్నారు. ఇప్పటికే క్లాస్ అయిపోతే క్లోజ్, మళ్ళీ లంచ్కి వెళ్ళే టైం. సార్ చూద్దాం మెదడు. ఎందుకంటే అది ఇక్కడ రైట్, అందుకనే వీడియో సపోర్ట్ ఇస్తుంది మీకు. ఇదంతా ఓకే, బాగానే ఉంది. మీరు చెప్పింది కూడా కొంత ఫ్లెక్సిబిలిటీ బాగానే ఉంటుంది. నాకు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంది. కానీ నేను ఎంతమందికి సపోర్ట్ చేయగలను విధంగా
ఎవరైతే వస్తున్నారో వాళ్ళకి
స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే ఇంకా ఒకేసారి ఇప్పుడు నేను స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. ఇప్పుడు మీరేం లేదు, ఇనిషియేషన్ మీరు తీసుకున్నారు, ఇక వస్తారు. వచ్చి నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ ఏమొస్తుందంటే వై యు ఆర్ సపోర్టింగ్ లైక్ దిస్, వై ఆర్ నాట్ సపోర్టింగ్ టు మీ. నేనేం చేయాలి అంటే మీరు తెచ్చుకొని పెట్టినా సరే నేను తెస్తానంటాడు, నాకు వైర్ ఇవ్వమంటాడు, పవర్ ఇవ్వమంటాడు కదా. నాకు ఇక్కడ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి, ఇవ్వటం ఒక పర్సన్ కాదు. స్ట్రీమ్ లైన్ చేయాలంటే నేను నా దగ్గర ఆ ఛాన్స్ ఉండదు అని నేనేమంటానంటే మీరు ముందే ఛార్జ్ పెట్టుకుని వచ్చేసండి ల్యాప్టాప్స్ కి. మీకు కావాలంటే ఈ స్పేస్ అంతా మనం వాడేసుకోవచ్చు, పెద్ద ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు. షేర్స్ కావాలంటే తీసుకెళ్ళి బయట అయిపోతుంది సార్. అది పెద్ద ఇష్యూనే కదా, అది తీసుకెళ్ళి
ఇక్కడ మన డేటా టైప్ డిఫైన్ చేయకపోతే అదే ఆటోమేటిక్ గా.
నేను చెప్పిన పాయింట్ ఇది పాయింట్ రెండు వేరేవి, సేమ్ కాదు. నేను చెప్పి స్టాటిక్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్, డైనమిక్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్. ఇవేంటి? స్టాటికల్లీ టైప్డ్, డైనమికల్లీ టైప్డ్. నాకు తెలిసి పైథాన్ ఇంట్రడక్షన్ వస్తాయి. స్టాటికల్లీ టైప్డ్ వేరే, స్టాటిక్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ వేరే. డైనమికల్లీ టైప్డ్ వేరే, డైనమిక్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ వేరే. ఓకే, నేను చెప్పి స్టాటిక్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ అంటే మెమరీ అలొకేషన్. స్టాటికల్లీ టైప్డ్ అంటే ఏంటి, డైనమికల్లీ టైప్డ్ అంటే ఏంటంటే ఏదైనా ఒక వేరియబుల్ డేటా టైప్ ని ముందుగానే ఫిక్స్ చేసి టైప్ అనేది కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసి తర్వాత డేటాని అసైన్ చేస్తే స్టాటికల్లీ టైప్డ్. కానీ ఇంకో కేసు ఏంటంటే నేను డేటా టైప్ కన్ఫర్మ్ చేయట్లా, ఏదైతే డేటా ఇస్తున్నా డేటాను బట్టి డేటా టైప్ కనుక ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తే దాన్ని డైనమికల్లీ టైప్డ్ అంటాం. సో పైథాన్ వచ్చేసి డైనమికల్లీ టైప్డ్. పైథాన్ లో డేటా టైప్స్ మనం ఇంటూ i = 10 అని రాయం, i = 10 అంటాం. ఇంటర్నల్ గా పీవీఎం ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే 10 వచ్చింది కదా, 10 ఇంటీజర్ కాబట్టి i వాల్యూ టైప్ ఇస్ 10 అట్లా వస్తుంది. ఇదే పాయింట్ ఇక్కడ. అందుకు guys, those who are attending in online, just come to me. no. అంటే మీరు ఈ బ్యాచెస్ కి వస్తున్నారా? 4G వాడికి ఐడియా ఉందా మీకు ఆల్రెడీ? కోర్ జావా అడ్వాన్స్ జావా ఐడియా ఉంది కదా, అయితే ఇది అచ్చా స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్ ఈ మొత్తం కలిపి ఉంది టాపిక్. అది 12th వచ్చేసే ఉన్నాయి ఈ బ్యాచెస్. స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్, మైక్రో సర్వీస్ అండ్ వెబ్ సర్వీసెస్. ఇవి స్ప్రింగ్ తో స్టార్ట్ అయితే, స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్ కాదు, స్ప్రింగ్ తో స్టార్ట్ అయితే టైం పడుతుంది. అక్కడ స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్ రావడానికి మీకు అటెండెన్స్ 45 days పడుతుంది. 40 to 45 days అయిన తర్వాత స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్ వస్తుంది. అప్పుడు ప్లాన్ చేసుకోండి. ఎందుకంటే నేను 12th స్టార్ట్ చేసేది స్ప్రింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. నేను అన్ని దగ్గర 6-7 మోడల్స్ అని చెప్పాలి. అది అయిన తర్వాత స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్కి వెళ్ళిపోతాను. తర్వాత స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్, మైక్రో సర్వీస్ అవన్నీ వెళ్ళిపోతాను. అదే 12th 40 days పడుతుంది. అది ఎమ్మటే కాదు. లేదంటే స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్ రతన్ సార్ అని చెప్తున్నాడు, అదే ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాడు బ్యాచ్. ఒకసారి ఎంక్వైరీ చేయండి ఆఫీస్లో. ఆయన ఏదో ఇమీడియట్ గా ఉన్నట్టుంది, ఫ్యూ డేస్ లో ఉన్నట్టుంది. స్ప్రింగ్ బూట్, మైక్రో సర్వీస్ ఉంది. ఈవినింగ్ మరి ఏ టైం ఒకసారి కనుక్కోండి. 5 PM ఉన్నా ఒకసారి తను చూడు, ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ చెప్పు ఒకసారి, తనతో మాట్లాడి సార్. Guys, and those are in online, just wait. Is entire full stack course sessions uploaded to YouTube or only recall concepts? No, Sudhir, just a few topics only, not all the topics. No, the introduction class only we used to keep in YouTube, not a complete course. It is a payable course, paid course. Please let me know when will be the evening batches will start. Geeta, maybe my evening batch, but regularly other trainers evening batches will start, but my evening batches will start in after 2 to 3 months of time, not now. Yeah, after 2 to 3 months of time only evening batches will start, not immediately. Please let me know when. Okay. Yes, Ravani. Even online people get material, definitely soft copy we will send. Already for the registered member, soft copy material is uploaded in the Google Drive. In the Google Drive already soft copy material is uploaded. Please check once. Yeah, material is available. Thank you, Shravani. Yeah, anything else, guys? Those are in online. Anything else, guys? Yeah, next Monday onwards, our timings will be 8:30 to 10 o'clock AM. 8:30 AM to 10 AM. I will continue. Monday onwards, I will continue. Okay, where I will start a new topic anyway. At the same time, parallelly, 10 to 11:30. 10 AM to 11:30 continuation is going on up to 1 week only. Up to 1 week. Okay, guys. Right, sir. 8:30 to 10 AM. New topic I will start, and this batch is forever up to end of the course. But 10 to 11:30, just 1 week I will continue. Then after that I will stop this. Their continuation will come at 8:30 to 10 o'clock actually. Okay. Geeta ma'am, are you getting clarity? Right. Thank you. How many people are attending in offline classes? Shabazz, you want to come to offline classes? Then come. Yeah, just people are realized that, and slowly people are coming for the offline classes. Not previous sense, not like 1,000 members or 1,500 members. Okay. Yeah, less members only, don't worry. Monday onwards, it will be 3 hours class, 1.5 hour, 2 slots, 2 classes. Give them Monday onwards, 2 classes, 8:30 to 10, and as well as 10 to 11:30. 10 to 11:30 class will continue up to 1 week only, but 8:30 to 10 o'clock class will continue up to end of the class, up to end of the session. So 8:30 to 10 is 1.5 hour, and 10 to 11:30 is another 1.5 hour, 3 hours class. But in between these 2 sessions, 10 minutes break I will give. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Anything else, guys? Yeah, different links. Anyway, I will share that link to all of you guys. That means 8:30 link I will share to you. Don't worry. Bhavani will share that link to you. Bhavani will share that 8:30 link to you. Don't worry. There are two different links we will use, not single link. Typing majlo battery down. వీలుంటే 3 తీసుకోవాల్సి వస్తుంది. Okay. Anything else, guys? Any queries? No confusion. Bhavani will give clear-cut information through mail so that you can attend for it. Maybe that mail will come on tomorrow. After the class of tomorrow, then you will get a mail so that as per that mail you can attend. Bhavani will send mail to you. Anything else, guys? Shall we meet on tomorrow? Tomorrow, same 10 o'clock class, 10 to 11:30, same link. Shall we meet on tomorrow? Shall we meet on tomorrow? Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks. Tomorrow we'll see the remaining content. Thank you.